Here is the review of Transformers Earthrise Cliff Jumper. Finally, we now have a proper cliff jumper toy, like a new cliff jumper toy. Because the last time we've had a cliff jumper toy, which is not really a G1 accurate cliff jumper, was the GTO version, which is just the Transformers Prime cliff jumper figure. The only difference is that that figure had a brand new head, which is supposed to be an homage to the G1 cliff jumper from the Generation 1 cartoon. But now we have an actual cliff jumper toy, and here it is. So onto the figure here. As you can see, Cliff Jumper is, as you can already tell, a car, and it looks really nice, and there's like not a whole lot to it. He does have some black on the front part of the, well, the front part of the car here, and some painted in headlights here, and a painted in silver bumper here. Oh, I do have a problem with him, but that's for the transformation, and we'll get to that when we get to the transformation. But he does have the Autobot symbol here. Some painted in rims here, which are the silver parts. And also, behind these rims are some molded in brakes, which is really nice. But obviously they're not painted in behind these wheels. And here's the back here, and it does have the painted in black bumper here, as well as some silver here, and some exhaust pipes here. And he does have the painted in black back windows, but the front ones are just a translucent blue. Even the sides here. And that's about it. But my problem with him in Veil Commode is that I don't know why the front window here and the side windows are all clear plastic, whereas the back one is just painted in black, which is weird. Because if they want to make the windows clear, then they should have left the back windows clear. But if they want to make all the windows black, then they should have painted the front window and the side windows black. That's really my only problem with it in Veil Commode. But he does roll really well. And that's it. Now he does come with some accessories, and that is his little rocket launcher here, or his bazooka here. And you can see it does have some silver here on the barrel here, and it does have some silver on the sides here. And there is a number of ways you can store this in Veil Commode, because yes, you can store this in Veil Commode, and that is, you can use this peg here to peg it on this hole here on the back, if you want to have it like that. Yeah, but I think you need to make sure that this is rotated up. And well, you do need to make sure that this is rotated up. And these things you can separate here, and these tap into these holes and these pegs here. Or you can attach them into these pegs into these holes on both of these here. So you can have them like this. So you can have it like this. And you can also attach it onto this peg here to the same part here if you want to have it like this. But another thing you can do with this is if you separate these things and unpeg this thing from this peg into this hole and separate these from this hole to this peg here. And if you want to, you can attach either one of these onto this hole here to just have a single gun. But another thing you can do with these is if you come to the bottom, these little red pegs is going to go into those holes right there on these handles. And he only has it, well, these only have it on one side only. So they look like this. And for this thing, what you want to do with this is you do want to open it up, and this peg is going to go into that hole right there, and these two little holes are going to go into these little pegs here. And then for these things, these holes here are going to go into these pegs here. And you want these facing like this, with this peg facing like this. So they look like this. And now you have his little skis on him. So that way he's ready to go, like, skiing in the water. Which is really cool. So now I think it's about time to transform him. So to get him in robot mode, first I will have to remove all of this stuff off of him. And set these off to the side. So to get them in robot mode, you do want to take the back here and unpack it and then bring it all the way down. And you do want to remove it off of these two pegs from these holes, which are going to be his hands in robot mode. And now you're gonna take this and set it off to the side. And yes, people, this does consider parts forming, which I really don't like parts forming. Because I wish that they would do something with this to incorporate the transformation of Cliffjumper here. And this is the problem that I was telling y'all about for the transformation. But there is an add-on for this to help incorporate the transformation for this thing, so that you won't have to leave this off to the side. And I don't think it's from a third-party company. It might be, because I know it's from a different company and not a third-party company. But if it is from a third-party company to help incorporate this to the transformation, let me know in the comment section below. But you do need to take this and set it off to the side. And there is something else that you need to do with this when we get to the full robot mode. But once you set that off to the side, you now want to come to the front here and separate it. Well, but before you separate it, take the roof here, untap it, and bring it up. There we go. Okay, so you do want to separate the front here, and the way the front taps in is this peg right here, which is that red peg, goes into that hole right there, and these two pegs goes into these holes here. And these two pegs on both sides goes in those little holes right there. You just have to like you just have to like wiggle it to get it all untapped. But once the front is separated, well, all separated, you now want to take the front wheels here and flip them down. And then bring up the front part of the, well, halves of the front car and bring them up. And for the doors here, this tab is going to go into either one of these 5 holes here. So it looks like that. And now you're going to take this piece here and flip it up, which will reveal his head. And now you're going to take his arms here, untap them, and bring them out. And these holes is where those little pegs go into. Now you're going to take what will become his legs and bring them all the way back, because you can see they're on this hinge joint here. And now you're going to take his waist here and rotate it all the way around. and then bring these up, and then bring this up, which will tab it in. And you do need to make sure that these tabs are sitting in these little cutouts here. Rotate his arms down and rotate his elbows around. I was about to say, my only problem with him in robot mode is these do not tab in really well. But I think if you plug in this piece, it will hold these two together a lot better. And this does attach to his back. And the way this attaches to his back is from this hole to this peg right here that you have to flip out, but I will have to use a tool here. You can see right there. You just have to flip out this peg. And then you attach it on his back. Yeah. These do hold together really well if you have the back piece tapped in, which was the back of the vehicle. But they still do not hold in really well. But it doesn't affect his arm articulation if you have the back part of the car tapped in on his back. And that is the robot mode all done. And I was just checking on something. And it looks really great. And it looks exactly like Cliff Jumper, and it's not just a repaint of the Transformers Prime Cliff Jumper like the GTO version was. This is exactly like Cliff Jumper, like a whole brand new toy of Cliff Jumper. And as you can see, he does have some silver paint on his face with some blue on his, yes. He does have blue paint on his eyes. You can see right there. And he still has the same red and black paint on him, like in vehicle mode. And all around, not a whole lot to it, but it still does look cool. And for our articulation, his head is on a ball joint, but it is really limited. Well, it can rotate all the way around with no problems, but it's very, well, he doesn't have much up and down. Like he can't look up really well and not down. Because due to the way his head is shaped. So he can rotate all the way around, but he can't look up and down. Arms can rotate all the way around, move in and out, bicep swivel, elbow. He does have a wrist swivel, waist swivel, forward and back at the legs, move in and out, thigh swivel, knee, and some ankle pivot. And that's it. And for his weapons, you can either have him hold the two guns by themselves, or you can combine them all together back in his rocket launcher mode, or his bazooka. Which I am gonna do that right now real quick. And there you go. And if you don't want him holding it, you can like like store it on his back from the same hole from Veal Commode to the same pegs, which is here and here. Also, you notice these little dots where there's one on his shoulder, one on his elbow, and one on his leg here. These are meant for you to like plug in the effect parts onto, where you can have him like he's been shot. And also on the bottom, he does have some ports on the bottom, so that if you want to give him like rocket feet, but like he's flying. I don't have any like effect parts with me, but that's just a little reminder if you want to plug in some effect parts onto Cliffjumper. So, final thoughts. The Veal Commode does look great, but my only problem with it is that I wish that all of the windows are either all in black black paint, or all of them are in clear blue plastic, translucent blue on all of the windows in Veal Commode. Like, if you want to make the windows all black, paint them all black. Or if you want to have all the windows clear blue, then just make them all clear. Don't put both of them on at the same time. That's really my only problem with it in Veal Commode. And the transformation is fun, but I wish that you would incorporate the back part of the Veal Commode into the transformation, instead of just removing it and leaving it off to the side, which is parts forming. And the robot mode also looks great, but my only problem with it is that these things do not like to stay hauled in really well. So he's still a great figure. I just have my little problems with him. So I think that's about it. So there you have it. Transformers Earthrise Cliffjumper. And if you like this video, give me a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you want to check out my other videos you may have missed, there is a playlist on my YouTube channel for any reviews you may have missed. So I think that's about it. So thanks for watching.